Hello, everyone. My name is Christopher Liam Rose. I'm an author, mentor, life coach, motivational speaker, evangelist, musician, and activist. In this Christopher Liam Rose Motivations, I've been sharing this audio and video series to inspire humanity to learn about Jesus Christ, Jehovah, and Buddha, to help humanity help other people, give back, and make a difference, and to help humanity find that motivation, encouragement to go for their dreams and desires. So this is what Christopher Lee and Rose Motivation is all about. So in today's audio and video, we've got a specific message that we're going to be sharing today. This message is very important to learn, and I want to spend some time sharing it and inspiring humanity to learn about it. So the message that we're going to be sharing today is spiritually, you cannot change the past. Take spiritual actions in the present, spiritually uncontrol the future. So how we're going to do this audio and video, we're going to break it down into three stages. So the past, the present, the future. And we're going to be talking about all three stages within this podcast and audio today and within this message and video. Now, spiritually, you cannot change the past or control the past, right? So spiritually, you cannot control the past. So if all human beings have a past that we've obviously lived within our lives, it could be relationships, it could be jobs, it could be careers, it could be life experiences we've been through, it could be family issues that we've had, it could be so many things that we've been a part of in our past. Spiritually, you cannot control the past. So no matter how good or how bad your past was, you can't control that. Everything that's happened in the past has already happened. There's nothing you can do to change it. And a lot of people get stuck in the past because they constantly keep ruminating and thinking about the past and they're not moving into the present or the future. But the thing with the past is that it can't be changed. So nothing you can do can change the past. If you made mistakes, if you've done things that were wrong, if you haven't been a good person, if you didn't achieve your dreams and desires, or you had like mental health problems or homelessness, or you've been in prison, or you've had difficulties within your life, or within your family, or within your relationships. All the things of the past cannot be changed. So the hard thing to learn about the past is that there's nothing you can do to change it. Sometimes in life, when we go through life experiences and challenges, we wish that our past was better. We wish we can go back and change certain things that happened. But how life works is that it's always moving forward. So everything in life is moving forward. You're changing and you're moving forward. So your life is moving forward. You're changing as a human being. You're moving forward, and nothing stays the same. So no matter how devastating, how challenging, how difficult your past was, it cannot be changed. So spiritually, you cannot change your past. That's something we have to accept and something we have to appreciate. And then the second part of the stages, right, is take spiritual actions in the present. So in life, what really happens is that everything we experience, all our knowledge, all our wisdom, all our insights, all our learning, all our understanding happens in the present. So obviously in life, when you go to sleep and then you wake up, the Lord God Jehovah brings a new day into reality. So whatever happened previous to that past day is no longer existing. So everything is always in the present and everything is always moving forward. So the important thing about the present is that we have control of the present to some degree. We can choose what actions we want to take. We can choose the way we want to live. We can choose the way we want to behave. We can choose the way we want to treat others, treat the animals, treat the universe. We can choose the way and decide what we want to do in our lives in the present. So the past can't be changed. Whatever happened yesterday, what you did yesterday cannot be changed. It's part of the past and part of time. But if you focus on your spiritual actions in the present and move into the present with your spiritual actions, and I've always said with spiritual actions, it's very important to do something in life that contributes, that helps other people, gives back and make a difference. So your spiritual actions should be something that's very important to you, something that you really want to do in life. It could be your dreams, it could be your desires, it could be your goals, it could be your aspirations, it could be trying to achieve or accomplish something that's very important to you. But everything happens in the present. Life is always in the present, even though we go through a past, a present, and a future. It's always within the present. Everything happens within the now, which is the present. So the way you're living now is how you're living specifically at this point in time. The way you're thinking now, the way you're behaving now, the way you treat others, the way you treat yourself, the way you treat people, it's all happening within the present. So the present is where we can take back control of our lives, find who we really are, find what actions are going to be important to us. Now, if you do find spiritual actions in helping other people, that will motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to keep moving forward. And like I said earlier in the first stage, in the past, in the present, everything is moving forward. So the spiritual actions you take today is going to be moving you into the future, moving you into who you want to become as a human being and what you want to do in the world. So I've always said, don't focus on the past too much. It's already past. Time has already gone by, and you can't change that. You can affect the present. You can affect what you do in the present right now, your spiritual actions, and what you want to do in your life. And then we move on to the third stage of this process and this journey, right? Which is spiritually uncontrol the future. Now, with the future, it's already within the present because everything happens within the present. So, how you're living now will mean how you're going to be living in the future. If you make spiritual choices and decisions to live a certain way now and took spiritual actions within your life now to live a certain way, that is how you're going to be in the future. So, everything is happening now in the future. You have to let the future unfold as your life is unfolding. That's why there's no control of the future. You just let it unfold. You let it happen in time as it's meant to happen. Now, Jehovah, Jesus Christ, and Buddha wants all of us to go to our future, contributing, helping other people, helping humanity, helping the animals, helping the universe. And they also want us to achieve our full potential and become who we want to be in life. But we have to focus on not focusing on the destination, but focusing on the journey that we're going on, the process. So from the past to the present to the future. Now, when we focus on the journey that we're going on, each human being's journey will be different. Each human being's journey and life experiences will be different. Let it unfold. Don't try to predict what's going to happen. Don't try to worry too much about the future. Just focus on the present, which is now, and focus on what spiritual actions you can take today that will lead you into the future. Now, with the future, it's something you create. So the future is created. It's created by you. So if you want to live a certain way, if you want to achieve something, if you want to accomplish something, if you want to be a certain way and do certain things in life, it's created by the human being. And you are in charge of your life. You are the author of your own life. You get to decide how you want to live it. Now, Jehovah and Jesus Christ and Buddha can influence you in faith, spirituality, and religion. But you have to make that spiritual choice and spiritual decision. So when it comes to the future, which I'm trying to explain in this audio and video, spiritually uncontrol the future. So what I mean by spiritually uncontrol the future is don't plan too many things within the future. It's good to sort of one set of things for yourself within a couple of years' time, or you're working on a project, or you're working on a goal, or you're working on certain things. That's completely fine. That's understandable. And it's good to have those aspirations and it's good to have those aims and goals. But all your effort, all your time should be spent on the present, what you do day to day, how you live, how you treat others, how you treat yourself, how you treat the animals, how you treat the universe. So most of your actions should be spiritual actions for the present. The uncontrolled future is something we can't predict. No one knows how the journey of birth, life, death is going to end. All human beings go through that journey and that process, birth, life, and death, which is the past, the present, the future in time and space. So as we're living in time and space, no one knows their destiny, basically, at the end. We can try to assume we know, or we can try to predict we know, but truthfully is we don't. That's why everything that you want to do in life needs to happen now in the present. So your present is the thing that you can affect. The future is uncontrolled. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know where you're going to be 10 to 5 years to 20 years from now. You don't know how you don't know how your life is going to be. You can try to work towards things. You can try to um like push towards achieving certain things, but really we don't know. We don't know how life is going to be. So the past you can't really change. You can't change anything you've done in the past, whether you want to or not. It's already part of space and time, and it's already past in the distant past. So the present is where everything can happen. So if you want your life to change, if you really want to find who you are, then you're going to focus on the present, focus on now, focus on what you can do now. What spiritual actions can you do today? Um, when it comes to this process of the past, the present, the future, the spiritual actions that you do in the present will lead on to more things in the future. We can't predict specifically where we're going to be in the future. We can assume we know where we're going to be, but no human being does because we're not the creator of the universe. We're not the creator of life. So, as a human being, all you have control over is the present, your actions within the present. The past, the present, the future is within time and space. The past and the future are still within the present. So everything is happening within the present. The past is a distant memory. The future is a distant memory. So we don't know what's going to happen in our, well, we know what happened in our past because we lived it, of course, but we don't know what's going to happen in our future. All we can do is focus on what's important for us now. And I've always tried to encourage the listeners and the viewers and people that watch my content and listen to my videos and watch my books and read my books and check out my content. The future is created now, actually today. And what you do day to day really matters for your own life. And you have to find in life what is important to you. I would always say that helping other people, giving back, making a difference is very important. But all human beings need to discover that within their journey, within their life. So um, remember, the future is uncontrolled. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. We don't know the destination of humanity, of all human beings. We don't know. All we know as human beings is that we're going on a process and journey in life. Birth, life, and death, and the past, the present, the future is still part of that journey. So focus on the journey that you're on. Focus on who do you want to become today. Take spiritual actions. Do something that's very important to you. If it's helping other people, then focus on it. If it's something else, then focus on it. Try to find, who you are as a human being. Discover who you are. Find the essence of who you are and what's important to you. That's going to take time for different people, and that'll take time to learn that and understand that. Just with the past, the present, and future, I want to explain just two more things before we finish. So I've written a book called The Five Spiritual Practices, which is very, very important to read. And the five spiritual practices are ways of developing your faith with spirituality and religion. So there's five spiritual practices: prayer, meditation, mindfulness, walking, journaling. Five spiritual practices. Now, the five spiritual practices is something that needs to be done daily. This can help to sort of understand the past, to understand the present, and to kind of understand the future of who you are. Now, discovering who you are is very, very important. Nothing in life becomes more important than discovering who you are as a human being. What do you want to do? How do you want to live? Your gifts, your talents, your skills, your abilities, your qualities, your characteristics. mentality, behavior, personality, the things that you're interested in. So you need to discover that. The five spiritual practices will help you to connect to Jesus Christ, Jehovah, and Buddha in faith, spirituality, and religion. Now, I don't say to people, you must have a faith to believe in Jesus Christ, Jehovah, and Buddha. Faith is important, spirituality is important, religion is important, but it all comes from yourself. You need to discover that within you, and you'll find what religion, what faith, and what spirituality is important to you as a human being. So discover that, search for that, spend time learning about yourself, understand yourself, and then the five spiritual practices will help you to learn more about faith, spirituality, religion. But like I said, I don't tell a person on my audios, on my videos, on my books, which path you should choose for you. That's something all human beings have to discover in their life and on their journey as a human being. Once we get to the point of when we've understood who we are, this is very important in the past, the present, the future. It's very, very important. Then we learn about the five levels of helping other people, which is a book I have written, which is available if you actually want to read it. So there's five levels of helping other people, which is important if you choose that path within your life. If that's something you want to do, and if that's something that's very important to you. So the five levels of helping other people. Level one, volunteering, the good level in helping other people. Level two, jobs, careers, employment, the great levels in helping other people. Level three, business entrepreneurship, the highest level in helping other people. Level four, faith and spiritual, the spiritual levels in helping other people. And then level five, spiritually helping other people, you helping other people, the teaching levels and helping other people. So there's five levels in helping other people if you do decide to choose that path in life, right? So the five spiritual practices, the five levels of helping other people, it's all part of a journey. It's all part of a process. It's all part of finding who you are as a human being. Now, because the past we can't change, some of us may have not known that we was going to be on the path helping other people if we chose that path. Some of us may have not known that within the past. We may have not known. But in the present, certain things happened within our present that led us on that way. For some human beings, not for all human beings, for some human beings, that will be the case. And then the future, we can't control the future and we just have to let it unfold. So once you understand that the past can't be changed, even if you want to change it, if you even if you want certain life experiences to not have happened to you, it can't be changed. It's already part of time. It's already part of space. The present is where the spiritual actions can come. Who you want to be, how do you want to live, how do you want to treat others, how do you want to treat yourself, how do you want to support your family, your friends, your loved ones, and what you want to do within your life. The present is where the spiritual actions can be done. And then the future is uncontrolled. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. We can prepare, predict, but we still wouldn't know. No one knows what's going to happen in the future. Everything happens within today, now, within the present. So, with the five spiritual practices and the five levels of helping the people, this is what helps you just to live your life the way you want to live your life, how you really want to live, what you really want to do, how you really want to treat others, treat yourself, treat the animals, and treat the universe. But each human being has to be on their own journey to discover that and find that. So, the past cannot be changed, whether we want it to change or not. Some people have gone through suffering, pain, and adversity, life experiences, difficulties, and challenges, but it can never be changed. It's part of space and time. Present is where the spiritual actions can actually happen because everything is happening in the present right now. Even this video and audio is happening in the present right now. And obviously, as me recording the video and audio, I can't predict the future of where this video and audio will go. I can record it in this time in the present, but I can't control what happens to it in the future. And in the future, we can't predict that. We can't know where it is. So my message is simple. If you want to go on this journey of discovering who you are, which is basically going through the past, going through the present, going through the future, then you need to discover who you are as a human being, and that's going to take some time and that's going to take some learning and understanding. All human beings need to learn and understand things of life itself. Life is a journey. It's never a destination, it's always a journey. So process the journey. Don't think about the future too much because it's uncontrolled. No one knows what's going to happen within 10 to 20 to 30 to 40 years' time. No one knows that. So don't try to focus on the future too much. The past is already part of space and time. No matter what we can do to change it, we can't change it. It's already happened. It's already part of life itself. So don't worry about the past. The present, everything happens now in the present, your life. Even when you go to sleep and wake up, it's still in the present. Even when you go to work and come home, it's still in the present. Even when you meditate, pray, walk, do mindfulness or journal, it's still in the present. Even when you're talking or speaking or helping other people, or helping your family or helping your loved ones, it's still in the present. That's all we have the effects to work through and to find in the present. So don't worry about the past. Everyone has a past. All human beings have a past. There is no human being that doesn't have a past. We all have a past, but we don't want to live there because that's where suffering, pain, and adversity is. The present, this is what we can affect. Our spiritual actions within the present of what we can do now. This is very important for all human beings. The present. The future is uncontrolled. You can't predict it. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. You can't even plan for what your future is going to be because you don't know. No human being does. So everything happens in the present. Now, just before we finish, I'm just going to share one more thing that's very important. So I learned this, and I've shared it in a few of my books already in the No Self Explained, in Spiritual Change, and in a few of my other books, I've explained this. Now, I want to share this just for the end of this motivation today, and I hope this has actually helped somebody to learn this as well. It's very important. Now, the past, I normally call the self. Yeah, the past is basically the self. You was born into the world, into a family of your mother, your father, your siblings, and you lived with your family. The past of your experiences, you grew up in your childhood, you grew up in your upbringing, you experienced certain things within your life. Depending on your upbringing, your childhood, your life experiences start to happen within your life, right? You either go through positive experiences or negative experiences. So the self is where the suffering, pain, and adversities happen in life. It's always based on the self. The self is where the suffering, pain, and adversity come from because we didn't know who we was as a human being when we were born. We didn't know what gifts we could have had. We didn't know who we was going to become. We didn't know what we was going to do. So the self will always have suffering, pain, and adversity in it. The present, which is very important, this is what we call the unknown, the place which is unknown. We know that we're alive. We know that we're living. We know that we have a past. We know that we've experienced our past and gone through things within our past. But the present is unknown. This is where you can find spiritual change within the present because everything is happening now. Think about your life as well as I say this as well. I hope this is inspiring the listeners and the viewers today. You was a baby in the past and now you're an adult in the present. But that journey of your life has always been within the present from the very beginning. Everything has happened in the present, even you changing as a human being and growing as a human being. It's happened within the present. So everything is moving within the present. Nothing can be not lived within the present. So in the present of the unknown, this is where spiritual change can happen for you if you discover that. Now, I already said within the audio and the podcast already the 5 spiritual practices: prayer, meditation, mindfulness, walking, journaling. The 5 spiritual practices will help you to learn about who you are, yourself. right? Which is the unknown part of the journey. No one knows, which is happening to millions of people within the world. No one knows what spiritual actions to take. No one knows how they should help other people within the present. No one knows what faith, religion, or spirituality they should be a part of. No one knows that. No one knows what's going to happen tomorrow. No one knows that. No one knows they're going to have if they're going to be married or single or have a husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, or children, or possessions, or holidays, or food and drinks. That's all in the unknown. So everything that's happening in life is always in the unknown in the present. So this is where we can affect spiritual change within our lives, right? Now, the future of just life itself, this is what I call the know self, selflessness, and know thyself. Now, in this process and in this journey of explaining this audio and video, you have to have a pass to go into the present, to go into the future. But with the know self, selflessness, and know thyself, you discover who you are, your actual humanity of who you are as a human being. It doesn't mean you know what's going to happen within 10 to 15 to 20 to 40 to 100 years' time, because no one knows that. No human being knows that. But the importance of what I'm saying, you know who you are because you've learned from your past, you're living within your present, doing the 5 spiritual practices and the 5 levels of helping other people, which is part of the present, that's the only thing you can affect. And in the future, you know who you are, your gifts, your talents, your abilities, your skills, your qualities, your behavior, your personality, your mentality, your psychology, um, your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, your thinking, your psyche, your psychological mind. So you know who you are. So that's what becomes very important to discover that. Who are you as a human being? Now, I did say in the audio in the video already, Jehovah and Jesus Christ and God can be a guide to finding who you are, which is a guide to it, yeah. But on the journey of life, which this is a journey of life, which no one knows the final destination for humanity. There is no one that knows the final destination for humanity. No one knows that. Within the journey of life, you have an opportunity to go for a spiritual change. The know self, selflessness, know thyself is what we call spiritual change and spiritual enlightenment in life. You become spiritually free, spiritually liberated. That doesn't mean you don't go through life experiences. It doesn't mean you don't have a past. It doesn't mean you don't know what's going to happen in the unknown. It doesn't mean you can predict your future because no one can. But what it means that you know yourself. You know what you went through in life. You know what you've gone through in life. You know what you have experienced. If it's suffering, pain, and adversity, if it's happiness and joy, if it's fulfillment, if it's life difficulties, life challenges, if it's despair, misery, and pain and suffering, you know what you've been through. And the hardest thing of life is to accept that. To accept you can't change what happened yesterday. You can't change what's going to happen in the future because you don't know. You can't change anything you've experienced. You can't change that because it's part of your life. If you could change your life experiences, then you can change your life experiences, but that's not how life works. Life is the birth, the life, the death. It's part of the journey of life itself. So you're always on a journey. Life is always moving you on a journey, and that's how life is. It's a journey of life itself, the process. So in your whole journey of life, you experience lots of things. Some people are successful, some people are not. Some people are rich, some people are not. Some people are homeless, some people are not. Some people are going through suffering, pain, and adversity, some people are not. Some people are spiritually enlightened and spiritually fulfilled, some people are not. Some people have discovered spiritual enlightenment, the know self, selflessness, and know self. Some people haven't. Some people are still going through the past, suffering, pain, and adversity. Some people haven't. Some people are still living the self because they haven't learned who they are. That's why they live in the self. So it's part of life. This is how life is. So the important thing about this message is that just want to finish it here now is that spiritually you cannot control the past. You can't control the past. It's already happened since space and time. Take spiritual actions in the present, which is the only thing you can do. The only thing you can do is take spiritual actions in the present. That's the only thing that is going to always be a part of your life, the present. So, and people obviously in life, they'll say, but what if I've gone through the most horrible life or suffering, pain, and adversity? It's always going to be part of your life. You can't change that. And that's how life is. No human being can change their life journey. You can't change what's going to happen. The things that you will go through in your personal life, you can't change that. Whether it's successful things, good things, happy things, joyful things, negative things, depressive things, it's part of your life. So the hard thing is to accept the things you can't change. Accept it. And the things you can't control, accept it. Accept the things you can't change and accept the things you can't control. Accept the things you can't change. Then you can take spiritual actions to live your life now and focus on the now. All you have is the now. You don't have the past. The past is already. I know I've been saying this in this audio and video for probably 4 to 5 times now. Human beings cannot change their past. Cannot change your past as a human being. Just cannot do that. So there's no point of spending your time like sort of going through feelings and emotions, worrying about the past. It can't be changed. You have to live with it. It's something you have to live with. While you're still alive and still breathing, it's something you have to live with. So you can't change it. You can want to change it. You can, please don't let that happen to me, but it's already happened. So you have to accept it. You have to let go of what happened. You have to let go of what you went through. You have to let go of what the experiences were. You have to let go of this is what my life was, and this is where I was, and I could have been in university or college, or I was going through this bereavement, or I was going through emotional difficulties and mental health difficulties. I was going through suffering, pain, and adversity, and I still don't know how to deal with that. It's always going to be a part of your life. The only thing is what do you do about it? And what you do about it is accept it. So accept it. The past is always going to be the past. You can't change that, right? It can't be changed. It's just the way it is. It's always going to be the past of your life. That's whether, and I know this. I know this sounds hard to like listen to, and I do understand how hard it is to listen to it. But I'm trying to get the message across as best as I can in this audio and video. Your past is always going to be your past. As you're living, as you're breathing, as you're having life, as you're experiencing life, in the cosmos, space, time, however you want to word it, your past will always be your past. That's just not going to change. It's never going to, no matter how much like support or therapy or psychology or counseling or life coaching or motivational speaking or that sort of thing. That can't. You have to learn to live with it. You have to learn to accept what you can't change. You have to learn to live with that. It's a very hard thing to do in life. It's very, very difficult because most people think, but there's got to be a way of changing it. I've got to find a way to change my past, but you just can't. The present, like I said, is the spiritual actions you take today. When you go to sleep, you wake up, you're living in the present. When you're going to work or commuting, you're living in the present. When you're praying, meditating, doing mindfulness, walking, journaling, you're living in the present. When you're talking to others, talking to people, talking to colleagues, you're living in the present. When you're alone or with your children, your husband, your wife, and your spouse, you're living in the present. When you're cooking or cleaning or going to a shower or having a bath, you're living in the present. So everything gets brought back to the present, the spiritual actions now. And the now is the urgency of your life. What do you want to do now in your life? The urgency of it. Not the past and not the future, because we have no control of that. Like I said earlier, the future is uncontrolled. You don't know who you're going to be in the future. You don't know what life you're going to live in the future. You don't even know how your life is going to be in 3 to 5 years' time. It might completely change. Everything in life is always moving forward. It's always changing. Nothing stays the same. Your life is changing. Your body is changing. Your thoughts are changing. Your mind is changing. Your personality is changing. The way you live is changing. Everything is always moving forward in life. And it's changing at the same time. So how you live now in the present matters to you as a human being, to what future you want to create. And it goes back to what I said earlier, the future is created. You create what future you want to live. Do you want to help other people? Do you want to give back? Do you want to make a difference? Do you want to make a contribution? Or do you want to do something that's very important to you? And all human beings have something that's very important to them. Every human being does. There's not one human being that doesn't have something that's very important to them. So the real essence of what I'm trying to say is in this message, we're going to finish it just now. Spiritually, you cannot change the past, so don't worry about the past. Spiritual actions, um, spiritual actions in the present is all you can affect. Spiritually, uncontrol the future. Don't predict your future. Don't predict your life. Let me just say this at the very end. Don't be so, and this is very important to learn this as well. It's so important. Don't be so future focused. And it happens to a lot of people that are like that. Most majority of the successful people are future focused. I want to build a business for the future. I want to build a family for the future. I want to build companies in the future. I want to have a faith in a ministry or in a monastery within the future. Everything is always future focused when you're like that, but you miss the present. You miss the now. You miss what can I do today that's important to me? What can I do today that matters to me? What can I do today that I find very important for me? Today, not the past, not the present, and not the future, but today, right now, in the now, the urgency of it, the urgency of now, today. What can I do today that is very important to me? What can I do in the present that is a spiritual action that I can take? What spiritual choices and decisions that I can make right now in my life, just right now as I'm sharing this? What can I do? If you're too future focused, you don't find time for the present, and you don't spend time in the present. I'm not saying, look, and I'm trying to get this message across, and it's very important you learn this. I'm not saying that don't have an aspiration to have a family, don't have an aspiration to have a business, don't have an aspiration to have a ministry or a monastery, don't have an aspiration to be like the people you inspire and you want to be like, and you want to really live like them. I'm not saying that. You can have those future aspirations, goals, dreams, desires, the things that you really want, but you're going to realize in your life and the journey of the process, it's always going to come back to the present, what you do now. So it's the spiritual actions you do now that's going to lead into who you may or may not be. So you can't think about it too much, because if you think about it, and then when things go wrong within your life and things don't work out the way you want it to work out, then the suffering, pain, and adversity comes into your life. And then you get back to square one. Oh, my life is ruined. I went through a divorce. I went through a breakup. I went through a disappointment. I was unable to achieve this goal. I don't know what to do in my life. And those type of things happen. So you can't be too past thinking of the suffering, pain, and adversity if you have gone through suffering and pain and adversity within your life. Don't worry about the past. Just don't think about it. If you can get to that point, don't think about it. Just don't. It's gone. You can't do nothing about it. Don't think about it. Present you can affect in some way. The spiritual change of the unknown. That's all. Everything happens in the unknown. Everything happens in the unknown. Your life happens in the unknown. You don't know. It goes back to what I said. You don't know what jobs to do. You don't know what career to do. You don't know what to study. You don't know what to read or how to look after your family, how to take care of your partners. You wouldn't know. It's always in the unknown, the uncertainty. We call it basically the uncertainty. You don't know how your life should be, the uncertainty of it. You just don't know. You really don't understand. It's uncertain. It's uncertain. You don't know. The future is uncontrolled. You can take spiritual actions to work towards the future, which you can, but you can't live future focused because you miss on the actions you do in the present. And I just want to say this, and then we'll finish after this. If your actions are not aligned to who you are as a human being, like that's why I mentioned in the audio and the video already. And I did mention in the audio and video already the 5 spiritual practices and the 5 levels of helping other people. If you choose that path within your life, I'm not saying that everyone does, and I'm not saying that everyone will. If you choose that path in your life, then your actions need to be aligned to who you are now. Everything happens now. Who are you now within the now? What are you going to do now within the now? How are you going to live now within the now? What are you going to do within your life now? How would you treat yourself? How would you treat others? How would you treat humanity? How would you treat the animals? How would you treat the universe? What can you do now in spiritual actions now? What are some of the spiritual choices and decisions you need to make within your life? Who do you want to become now? What do you want to do now? How do you want to live now? What are your aspirations now? What are your dreams now? What are your goals now? What are your desires now? What is important to you now? How do you want to live now? Right now, in the now. The future is uncontrolled. You can't control the future. You can't. No human being can. So the message is simple, and I'm going to finish it there, right? Do not worry about the past. Take spiritual actions now within the present. Spiritually uncontrol the future. Don't predict it. Don't control it. Don't think you know what it's best gonna be for you. You don't. No human being does. Like I said earlier, let it unfold. Just let it unfold as a human being. Let it unfold naturally. Your future. If you do spiritual actions within the present daily, 5 spiritual practices, 5 levels of helping other people if you do choose that path or not. I'm not telling a person to choose that path or not. It's down to the individual and down to the person if they want to choose that path or not. It's up to them, not me. It's up to them. If you do, if you plan your future so much, which some people do, which is fine. It's good to like have aspirations towards the future, dreams, desires, your goals. You miss the present of what spiritual actions you can do today. So the truth is, which I'm trying to get the message across in this audio and video today for the listeners and the viewers, everything happens now. All the life happens now. Everything you want to be happens now. Your dreams, desires, aspirations, accomplishments, achievements, goals, motivation happens now. So the now is all that matters. And the reason why the now is all that matters is because you can't predict the future. It goes back to what I said, no human being can. You can't predict it. You can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, viewers. You just can't predict it. It's unpredictable. It's uncontrolled. You would not know what it is. So focus on what you can do, spiritual actions in the present, and focus on it. If it's important to you, whatever it is, that's why within my audios and the videos, I don't necessarily tell people what it should be for them. I think I should not do that. I'm not going to do that. I do encourage and I do motivate certain things, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to tell a person where it is for them and where it's not for them. I can't do that. It's not how I live my life. That's not how I choose to do certain things. That's what I've learned in my life, right? So I don't do that. What I'll say is find what's important for you. Find it. Whatever it is, it could be a family, it could be a business, it could be a career, it could be employment, it could be a job, it could be relationships, friendships, it could be children, it could be a marriage, it could be a relationship, it could be a holiday, traveling, it could be online business, for example, it could be faith and spiritual, it could be a ministry, it could be a monastery, it could be getting into religion, it could be faith and spirituality. It doesn't necessarily matter what it is. Just to repeat that, it doesn't necessarily matter what it is, whatever it is for you, for a human being. So long as it's important for you, so long as it matters to you, so long as it's important and it matters to you. So whatever it could be, and this will be the end of the audio and the video today, whatever it could be, friends, family, relationships, children, marriage, house, cars, possession, businesses, holidays, food, drinks, socializing, employment, jobs, careers, faith, spiritual, religion, ministries, monasteries, um, whatever it could be for what's important to you, whatever it is, do it today. So if you want, let me just, this will be the last thing and then I'll finish after this. If you want a business, do it today. If you want a ministry, do it today. If you want a monastery, do it today. If you want to become a father or mother, do it today. If you want children, do it today. If you want to travel and go on holidays, do it today. If you want a family, friends, relationships, socializing, do it today. If you want to write a book, do it today. If you want to do a YouTube channel or a video, do it today. If you want to journal, do it today. If you want to pray, do it today. If you want to do mindfulness, do it today. If you want to meditate, do it today. If you want to take a walk, do it today. If you want to like achieve all your dreams and desires, do it today. It goes back to what I said. Everything comes back to the present moment. The present moment is all we have can affect, and it's all we have. The present moment. Think about the past too much. The self, like I said earlier, what happened in your life, the suffering, the pain, and adversity, and you stay and you just live in that way of living. And there's no changing of that. There's no getting out of that situation. You'll always be in that self problem, suffering, pain, and adversity in your life. Present is the unknown. You don't know. You're taking spiritual actions within your life, trying to learn about the self, who you are as a human being, trying to find, what is important to me? Like, what do I want? What do I really want? What is important to me? What do I really desire in life? What do I want to go for? What do I want to put all my time, all my passion, all my energy, all my enthusiasm into? How do I want to live my life? What choices do I want to make? What decisions do I want to make? How do I want to live my life? Like what do I want out of my life? Like what do I want? Like what am I going to achieve? What is my dream? What is my desire? What is my motivation? What is my aspirations? What do I want as a human being? What do I want? And discover that within the present. Now, it's the only thing you can affect. And in the future, like I said, the no self, selflessness, know thyself. It's the uncontrolled future. You may get to it if you've learned the 5 spiritual practices, the 5 levels of helping other people, but it's uncontrolled. You can't control where it's leading you to. You can't control where it's moving you towards. You can't control that. No human being can, and you can't control it. It's unpredictable. You can't predict. You cannot predict your future, even if you planned for it. That's how serious it is. I'll repeat it just before we finish, and then we'll end it there. You cannot predict your future, even if you planned for it. You can't predict it because everybody's life will be different. We all have a different way of how we want to live our life. So you can't predict that. I'm not saying, just before we finish, I'm not saying that jobs, businesses, employment, careers, volunteering, opportunities, family, friends, relationships, children, houses, cars, money, possessions, holidays. I'm not saying that isn't important. It's important for a lot of human beings. They actually want, the family, the children, the relationships, the holidays, possessions, holidays, food and drinks, and they actually want those things. They actually really, really desire those things, which is fine. There's nothing wrong in that. It's their desires and their dreams and aspirations and goals and motivations, so it's fine. But go on the journey. Go on the journey of the past, the present, the future. Go on the journey. And when you go on the journey, it's all uncertain. All of it's uncertain. No one knows how their life is going to be from birth, life, and death. There's no human beings that know that. You just do not know that. No human being does. Like I said earlier, just before we finish, I keep saying we're going to finish it, and we have to finish at some point. The birth, you're born into the world, you come into the world, you go through life experiences, and then you live your life based on life experiences. The unknown is something we don't know. The present, you don't know. You don't know. No one does. No one does. might be books, there might be videos, there might be talks, there might be inspiration, there might be motivation, there might be encouragement, but you just don't know. No human being does. And then the future is uncontrolled and unpredicted. So no matter how much you, and this is what I was trying to explain earlier within the video and the audio already, and I was trying to explain it earlier as best as I could. No matter how much you prepare for the future, and we'll finish just after this point. No matter how much you prepare for the future, no matter how much you prepare, I want to retire when I'm at 75 or 65. I want to have a business when I'm in my 50s. I want to have possessions, holidays, food and drinks, and become a millionaire, become a billionaire, and live my life um, when I'm fulfilled. I'm achieving my riches and I'm achieving my successes and achieving my goals and desires. You can't prepare for that because you don't, as a human being, you don't know if you're going to reach it or not. That's the uncertain. That's what this is. What I'm trying to explain. That is the uncertainty of life. People say, but that doesn't sound right because I've achieved a lot and now I can say I've achieved a lot. You may say you've achieved a lot. You may say you've become successful. You may have said, this is, I've got everything I've ever wanted in my life, and I'm so fulfilled and I'm so happy that I've got everything I ever wanted in my life. You still can't control the future. You still can't predict it. So just because you've earned money or you're rich or your family is doing well or you're successful or um, you've achieved a lot. You can't predict your future. You can't predict it. You can't, it's uncontrolled. The future is uncontrolled. You can't control it. And I'm not saying that it's not good to plan certain things. You can plan certain things as much as you want. Of course you can. And most people are like that. I'm planning to retire. I'm planning to travel when I'm 55 or 30 or 45 or whatever. I'm, I'm, I want to own a business that earns millions and billions of dollars. There's nothing wrong with those desires. There's nothing wrong with those dreams and aspirations. There's nothing wrong in planning for it. But it goes back to what I said. You don't know if you're gonna achieve it or not. You don't know if it's gonna happen in your life or not. You don't know if you're gonna have a family, relationships, children, possessions, holidays, food, drinks, businesses, careers, employment, volunteering, jobs, opportunities within your life. You don't know. It's unknown. It's uncertain. No one knows. This is what we call the mystery of life. Is you just don't know. Even when it goes back to a very simple thing. Even when someone is born into the world, how did that human being knew they were going to be born? You didn't. It's invisible. You can't see it. You don't know. You don't know. It's that simple. You don't. Just to repeat it just one more time and then we'll finish from there. Even when a human being is born into the world, when they are, the human being don't know who they're going to become. They don't know how their life is going to be from the very beginning of it. They don't know if they're going to change or not. They don't know if they're going to become who they want to be or not. They don't know their friendships, their relationships, their spouse, their business, their career, their employment, their jobs, opportunities, their work. They don't know. It's unknown. It's uncertain. You don't know. That's how life is. You just don't know. It's life. The let me finish it from here. The simple thing of life is it's a journey. All life is a journey. That's as simple as it gets. Life is a journey, and what you learn on the journey, what you understand on the journey, is how your life is going to be. And that's just as simple as it gets. It's a journey itself. So everything is a journey. Your past is a journey of your life. Your present is a journey of your life. The so-called future, the aspirational future, whatever you want it to be, is still a journey of your life. Everything is a journey of your life. That's why life teaches lessons. Life teaches lessons on the journey of life itself. So no one knows if they're going to be married. No one knows if they're going to have children. No one knows if they're going to be successful and rich and prosperous and wealthy. No one knows at the very beginning. At the very beginning, you're learning. In the very beginning, you're born. In the very beginning, you understand it. In the very beginning, you're trying to process life itself. What is the right actions? What are the wrong actions? What is positive? What is negative? What is good? What is bad? What is good? What is evil? What is right? What is wrong? What is successful? What is not? What is fulfilling? What is not? What is happiness? What is not? It's all a learning process. It's all a learning journey. It's all understanding. So once you understand that the past, the present, future is all understanding and learning, learn the 5 spiritual practices and learn 5 ways of helping other people if you can in your life. And that's my message for you today, viewers. Learn it. If you learn it, then you're not going to be worried with the uncertainty. You're not going to be worried about, oh, but my life should have been like this. I should have been. Do you know what? When I was like 35 or 45, I should have been a millionaire. I should have been a billionaire. You don't. It's uncertain, so you don't have to worry about that. Oh, but when I was richer, I should have been a millionaire. It's uncertain. You don't know. No one does. So don't worry about it. Focus on what's important for you as a human being. Focus on what is important for you. What have you learned on your journey that's very important to you? And every human being will have a different learning on their journey. What have you learned on your journey that's very important to you? What have you learned? What's very important to you? What matters to you? What is it? What is it? What is that? What is that important thing for you? What is it? Discover what it is, and once you discover what it is, find it within your life. Once you find it within your life, do it every single day, no matter what it is. And it's going to be different for every individual. Do it every day in your life, no matter what it is. And whatever it is, it could be family, friends, relationships, house, car, money, possessions, food, drinks, socializing, spouse, partner, children, businesses, careers, jobs, employment, volunteering, whatever it is that's important for you. Once you find who you are, do it every single day and focus on it. It has to be something you focus on every single day. Focus on it. Do it. Spend the time, make the effort. Make the time and make the effort. And it goes back to what I said, and we'll finish from here. In the present, that's the only thing you can affect in the present. So that's all you can affect, the present. That's all you can affect. So I've finished my message today, actually. I've finished now. As if you want to check my content and my videos and my messages, I've got a YouTube channel called Christopher Lee and Rose's Motivations, which is my YouTube channel for the series of motivations. And I've got a podcast called Christopher Lee and Rose Motivations on all podcast services, Apple Music, Spotify, wherever podcasts are, available. I've got my podcast there. Remember, the future is uncontrolled, it's unpredicted. The present, the unknown, is all you can affect. The past cannot be changed. So all your spiritual actions need to be done in the present. and you have to find what's important to you as a human being. So find it, search for it, spend some time finding it, searching it. And when you do, make it your mission to do it every single day, whatever it is. And it could be anything for a human being. Like I said, it could be anything that's important to you, but make it make it your mission to do it every single day. And that will be what's important for you. Okay, thank you for listening. Now I'm gonna finish there. Take care now. Have a good evening now. Bye now. Thanks.